Welcome back. So today let's create this spring glam. So let's get ready to look glowy and glittery. I'm going to start off by hydrating my face using the MAC Fix Plus, and with my beauty blender I'm going to apply an even layer all over my face, and right after that I'm going to go in with the Bobbi Brown face base, and again using the beauty blender we're going to apply an even layer all over the face. To prevent my foundation and concealer from setting in the lines in between my eyebrows, I'm going to apply the Makeup Forever primer, which is for fine lines and large pores. Then for foundation, I'm going to go in with the Marc Jacobs foundation, and I'm going to start off by dotting this all over my face and then going back in with that beauty blender and just blending my life away. I know this is like a 2-second blending process, but I literally sit there and blend for like a few minutes, so don't be afraid to take your time to make sure that everything is nice and blended. To cover my dark circles, I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay Naked Concealer, and this is in the shade actually medium light, not light medium like I've been saying. So I'm just going to apply this an even layer below both of my eyes, and then going back in with that beauty blender, make sure that you blend back and forth, and then also go over the eyelid area. To help me highlight, I'm going to go in with the MAC Prolongwear Concealer, and I'm going to apply this on the higher points of my cheeks, on my chin, on my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, and under where my contour is going to go. This is also to help me even out my skin tone, because if you saw my last video, this foundation is a tad bit darker than I am. And I'm just going to go in again with the Beauty Blender to blend everything out. Your beauty blender is your best friend, so really make sure that you take your time to blend everything out, especially under the eye area, so that your concealer doesn't settle into those fine lines. To set that under eye concealer, I'm going to go with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Light Plus, and I'm just going to apply a nice layer to make sure that my concealer is set and it does not move. Then moving on to brows, using the Anastasia Brow Definer and the color Soft Brown, I'm just going to outline my eyebrows on the top and on the bottom, and then just quickly fill them in. And once you're done putting on the brows, I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of concealer in a concealer brush and just clean them up on the top and on the bottom. To bronze up the face, I'm going to use this Smashbox Contour Kit. I'm going to be using the middle shade to apply this on the hollow of my cheeks and on the sides of the forehead. And then going in with a small brush, I'm going to dip into the darkest shade of the palette. And then I'm going to give myself a quick little nose job. Before starting our eyeshadow, I'm going to go in with the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm going to apply this right underneath my eyes, so in case that any fallout does occur, it's just going to stay right on top of that powder and we won't have to worry about it later. And for the eyeshadow, I am going to be using the Morphe 350 palette. And to start off, we're going to use this very light brown. And I'm going to be using a Sigma E40 blending brush. And we're going to apply this in circular motions. We're going to concentrate all these colors on the outer part of the eye, and then just lightly do like a windshield wiper motion back and forth to lightly blend it towards the inner corner of the eye. Then I'm going to be going with the Sigma E25 blending brush in a darker brown shade, and I'm going to concentrate this again on the very outer area of the eye, going in circular motions and then stopping about a quarter of the way in. So blending back and forth, circular motions, applying as much brown as you want, making it as dark as you want. After you do that to both eyes, we're going to go back in with the blending brush to make sure that there are no harsh lines and everything looks blended. And now grabbing an even darker brown with that same E25 brush, we're just going to pack this color on the very, very outer corner of the eye. And you can pack as much dark brown as you want on that very outer corner area. Just make sure that you go back in with the blending brush and blend everything back and forth one more time. Then I'm going to grab the MAC Fix Plus and spritz my flat Sonia Kashuk brush and dip into this pink champagne color in the palette. And we're going to start off by packing the color on the very inner corner of the eye and then blending it out towards those browns that we applied on the outer area. We're going to stop about halfway out so that the two colors meet, and then go ahead and pack the same color and then blend it out on your other eye. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that same pink champagne color and I'm going to apply this on the inner corner of my eye just to highlight the inner corner, and then I'm also going to drag the eyeshadow on the very lower lash line on the very inner corner of the lower lash line. And because you're never done blending, I'm going to take that same E25 brush with no extra product and just blend towards the champagne color so that it all looks nice and smooth. Now I did grab a flat definer brush in that darker brown that we used, and I'm just going to apply this starting from the outer corner of my eye, stopping about halfway in, and just pack this color on both of your lower lash lines. Just make sure that you don't bring the color all the way into your inner corner. Then taking a pencil brush to lightly smoke out those lower lash lines. Then I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara in the waterproof version and apply a coat of mascara on the lower lash line. And for my top lashes, I'm going to go in with the Lancome Grandiose Mascara. Then applying Dandelion from Benefit to the apples of my cheeks, and that palette was from the holiday collection like 2 years ago, so they probably don't have it anymore. And don't forget to dust off that translucent powder. I'm going to use a Sigma taper brush to dust all this off, and then going in with a stippling brush to blend everything else out. I'm going to use MAC's Boldly Bare to align my lips. Once again, starting that liner from the outer corner of my lip and sketching down to the center of my lip. And then for the top lips, it's the same thing. You're going to start at the corner of the lip and sketch your way up. And to fill in my lips, I'm going to use the Anastasia liquid lipstick in So Hollywood. And it's time to glow, so spritz your brush with some MAC Fix Plus, and I'm going to go in with Bubbly and Dripping Gold, and I'm going to apply this to the higher points of my cheeks and also right below my eyebrow. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side and then bring it to the tip of my nose, on the top of my lips, and on the bottom lip. For a bigger pout, I'm also going to take that highlighter and apply it to the center of the lips. Then take a quick bath in the MAC Fix Plus one last time, and I am going to go back in with the Beauty Blender and just lightly press on the highlighted area so it makes it look more like the glow is coming from within. And that is it for the spring glam. Let me know what you guys thought. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you soon.